Hello and welcome everyone. I hope you are well. Today marks my 1 year on YouTube, and with that, I am giving my top 5 favorite fantasy romances. So let's take a look. So in 5th place, I am giving it to Fruits Basket. This series, I actually watched the anime first, and I absolutely loved it, and I do prefer that art style. But regardless, I do really enjoy the manga, and it is not leaving my collection. Most people are familiar with this series, but even though it seems like it should be a lighthearted romantic comedy, it is very deeply rooted with heavy topics. This story follows Toru Honda, who is a very optimistic, kind-hearted high school girl who recently lost her mother in a tragic car accident. So instead of burdening her extended family, she secretly lives in a tent in the woods, while she also has a part-time job to pay for her tuition. Eventually, her tent gets destroyed, and she is discovered by the Soma family and invited to come live with them in exchange for her cooking and cleaning. From there, she ends up discovering the darkest secret of the Soma family, and that is the Zodiac Curse. As Toru builds her relationship with members of the family, she decides she wants to break the curse. This is a complex story with complex characters, and it is absolutely beautiful. I think that there is a lesson in here for everyone, and I'm sure that there are characters that everyone can find relatable in some way or another, or even family dynamics. The series can easily be called a masterpiece, and I love how it addresses finding your self-worth, breaking the cycle, letting go, and embracing change. In 4th place, I have The Person I Love Asked Me to Die in My Sister's Stead. This story is around our female lead Wisteria, who is adopted into a family after her parents' death, and her now younger sister become friends with Bright, who is also Wisteria's first love. As they grow up, Wisteria is found to be immune to the toxic magic known as miasma, and with no other choice remaining, Bright asks Wisteria to take her sister's place as the sacrifice in the pre-dawn realm. Heartbroken Wisteria agrees, and the sacred sword Sartis, who speaks, ends up going with her. Over 20 years later, and a man ends up showing up who looks like Bright. He wants the sacred sword, but unfortunately for him, the sword picks its master. So in a turn of events, he decides to become her disciple. This is a slow burn relationship, as Wisteria is dealing with her trauma and loneliness with the genuine care from our male lead, who looks like Bright. His name is Lloyd. This relationship and the knowledge Lloyd gains certainly changes him and his outlook. I think this world is fascinating. I enjoy our lead's chemistry, and it has its angst. And even though our leads are not biologically related, it does have its element of a forbidden love. In 3rd place is Nina the Starry Bride. Here in the Kingdom of Fortna, there is an orphan girl named Nina who has rare and distinguished eyes. And she ends up being captured by our male lead prince of the country, Azur, and forced to take the identity of the princess, who ended up having an accident just before she is to marry the crown prince of Gulada. So Nina becomes a political pawn for Azur to prevent war with the powerful military empire. But they do end up having a short forbidden love, as Nina is going to be sent to marry another man to save their country. When Nina ends up meeting Prince Set, she ends up finding he is a cold and cruel person, even hurting her. But Nina persists and slowly breaks down his walls. He has amazing character development through his trauma, and his relationship with Nina does turn to be very authentic. Nina is a young lady, so she is immature at times, unpredictable, clever, but very kind. I have been rooting for these two since very early on, and I absolutely love the enemies to lovers. These are complex characters, the world building is fantastic, the lore is interesting as it has supernatural elements mixed in. The series is known for its love triangle, but it has been smooth sailing for me. In 2nd place is the Ayukashi Hunter's Tainted Bride. This story is around our female lead Nano, who was a happy, cheerful girl with incredibly high spiritual energy. engaged to the young lord in the family, and ends up being attacked by a vengeful Ayakashi due to her jealous cousin, right before her 15th birthday. This incident left her with a special seal on her forehead, and she was immediately deemed tainted and repulsive. Abandoned by her fiancé, stripped of her status, she was forced to wear a monkey mask and endure years of abuse and isolation in her village. Eventually, a powerful young man named Yako visits the village, and he ends up meeting Nano while she is naked in the lake. But even though she isn't to speak to anyone, she ends up yelling at Yako to not touch her clothes or he will become tainted before running off in the woods. Shortly after, there ends up being an incident in the Lord's home where Nano is being punished, and Yako ends up defending her and becomes her savior. He is an important person, so they do have a marriage out of supernatural necessity, but their love does blossom as a slow burn. It involves more around trauma, magical abilities, politics of the Empire's demon hunters. It has a mix of action and great world building. I absolutely love our leads, and especially Yako and how he defends Nano's honor. In first place is Your Meteor Hidden in Flowers. This series shouldn't be a surprise if you have been following me. This is a story about a sacrificial bride named Stella who, against all odds, lives after being bitten by the blood-soaked vampire named Lord Lavi. Instead of cowering in fear, Stella gives her genuine affection and warmth, which he has never known before. Through the series, Stella and Lavi develop a closer relationship, making this a fantastic, steamy, dark fantasy with emotional depth. Stella is trying to break Lord Lavi's curse, but it might be more than what she is prepared for. So the series has an interesting lore and characters. It's suspenseful, and the art is gorgeous. Our female lead, Stella, is a ray of sunshine who is deeply loyal and bold, where our male lead, Lavi, is a deeply tragic character drowning in his despair. But we see a gentle side to him. Lavi does develop to be a soft yandere as his affection grows for Stella. So they have amazing chemistry, and it has its angst. I love seeing Lord Lavi and Stella together, even when it makes my heart ache. This series is absolutely incredible, and it deserves the #1 place. Well, that is it for my top 5 fantasy romances. I hope you enjoyed. Thank you for watching. Till next time, take care.